Good day, everyone out there. It's another beautiful day. Again, with us at Upper Reporters and Talk, the program where we discuss and give our unbiased and unreserved opinion on the issues affecting the social, political, and economic welfare of Nigerians across Nigeria, connecting Nigerians home and abroad. Today is the 27th day of September 2024, and we are live in the studio for our 61st episode of the program, the 61st edition of the program. Today, there are going to be exciting topics on the table, but first, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm home alone in the studio. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Obiza J. I'm going to be your moderator and host. My co-host, Upper Reporter, is not available yet. We look out for him. He's handling some issues. Not issues, he's taking charge of some business. But he might be with us in a minute as time goes on. Basically, we know the rules and the regulation to this program where we say we have phone calls coming in, and for panelists in the studio, they are not here. 3 minutes for panelists, 1 minute for a call. Those are the basic guidelines. As we say today, there are topics. There are interesting topics on the table, like we all know. It is no longer election, because the election has come. The election has come and gone, and the winner has emerged. Now it's left for the Edo State people to fasten their seatbelts and focus on the outcome of the incoming governor and his deputy plus cabinet. Yes. As it goes, upon things happening, the topics of today, INEC presents certificate of return to Governor-elect Okpebholo and his deputy. There was observers. U.S. Ambassador Edo Governorship election conduct was largely peaceful. Yes, that is a good one because lives and property were not lost. Edo people have strong evidence to win at the tribunal, says PDP Asue Ighodalo. Yes, these are the topics for today. These are the things that we see on our Nigerian dailies as things that have happened after the election. Well, today, before we go deep, before we have our moderators come in, I am going to speak on certain matters. Yes, this cry, this is not a cry, this is a talk. We as a people, how do we do this going forward? Petrol is at 1,000 naira. PMS is at 1,000 naira. Okay, sorry, please. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, my bad. Yes, sorry, Yes, at the moment, I apologize, the links coming in late. In the world today, in Edo, PMS is 1,000 naira. Gas, the dollar is 1,600. The trade from 1,000 over. Food commodity very high. Cost of living very high. Things are deteriorating. Our priorities are no longer in place. A lot of the government is still spending on the high. It's like I don't pray for negativity, but it's like everything is on the edge. When I mean everything is on the edge, like a glass of water or a cup of a glass of water on the edge of a vibrating table. It has vibrated to the edge of the table, and the table is still vibrating hard. These are the things I am talking. These are the things that they are experiencing in Nigeria. When is it going to be enough is enough? When is it going to stop? When are we going to start heading towards the right direction? Is this politics? Is this, what do we call it? Every day we look into our media, we look into our news, and we get the funniest type of news from around the globe. Oppression from government officials, institutions, bastardizing authority. Everything is on a backseat. Nothing interesting. No anticipation to excitement. Is that how we intend to continue? Is that how we intend? Is that how it's going to go further? Well, those I just wanted to let out a bit of steam from what I have seen so far. The little things I have seen today on the media space, I decided to just let out. On the political scene, well, it is, there's nothing new. There are not new things that we haven't seen before, because the winners have been presented the certificate of return, and observers have said it was a free and fair election, and those that have issues have been told to go to court, which we all know the slogan to go to court if you don't feel, I think, which is still the modern thing to do in a perfect society. Go to court. Yes, what everybody claims, everybody has everyone has got something to say about the election and how it happened. But well, I'm not here alone. I have my senior bro in the studio. Yes, Ipai Garva, you're welcome to the show. You're welcome to the studio, the quiet one. Thank you for being here too. I'd like us to deliberate on the topic we have today. First, we can't deliberate on the certificate being given to elected people. Fine. Let us deliberate. Let's talk about the peaceful conduct. Let us commend at this point in time. Let's commend those that have made the election peaceful. The mic is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning to good morning to all our viewers all over the world, and co-panelists and the host, Mr. Obizoje. Now I can pronounce your name very clearly, Mr. Obizoje, and your co-host, Mr. Tony. I don't think he's here already. So thank you very much. Okay. No. So our election has come and gone. There was a lot of anticipation, both negatively and positively. Personally, I'm happy the election was peaceful to some extent. Because for those people that has adjudged the election to be peaceful, I think they are right to have adjudged the election to be peaceful. But that is not to say the election was free from corrupt practices, according to people that were there. Some people said both parties bought votes. They bought votes, but that notwithstanding, the most important thing now to me is that the election was peaceful. There was no loss of life, and
Yeah.
there could have been some skirmishes here and there, some pockets of violence, the burning of ballot papers and all that, but it didn't get to the extent of unaliving other people or maiming people for life. I can see that there's no people in the hospital as we speak. So congratulations to the people of Nigeria, people of Edo State, for being able to uphold that tenet. We have seen that the certificate of return has been issued to Okpebholo, who was declared the winner. But the most important thing we ask of Mr. Okpebholo now is governance. I want to appeal to both the Tigers and the Lions and the other stakeholders, APC stakeholders, if they can give Okpebholo time to display his prowess, to lead or to rule the state, because I know there might be a lot of problems coming from the appointments. Appointment is probably coming soon, and there might be a lot of problem. If they can give him some time to make some by himself made some decisions, vital decisions without causing problem, because at the end we the citizens of the state will be at the receiving end.
Yes.
Governance is not it's not a rocket science, but if you don't allow him to govern, there might be a problem. This Okpebholo that we are thinking that he's probably, a lot of people think he's weak. He might turn around tomorrow and become a tiger and declare that he doesn't want to take advice from anybody, that he wants to do it his own way. So let us hope for the best. I pray that those that are agreed that want to go to court, they go to court peacefully and make sure the state, they don't set the state on fire. It has happened. It has happened. That is Nigeria election for you. So people are
Yes.
happy. Some are aggrieved, but let us take it the way it is, so that we can move on, so that our state. But I praise Edo people. Edo people are very civilized people. No killing, no gun trotting on the street on that very day. No macheting people's head and all that. I think. We still have to appreciate the people that were on ground. Thank you very much. I'll leave it here.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, like I said, good. Although we are a unique state. We are a unique state. It's only sad that the effort of the people were they were disenfranchised. But it's okay. Those are elections. In elections, they have in politics, they have elections, and they have the good side of elections, and they have the very bad side, which we all portray, and we don't want to get used to, even if we have been to it or we have been in it for a while. We don't want to get into it. It doesn't have to be a norm. But well, like you said, there's nothing that can change it. There's a winner. There's a winner. We all hope for the winner to win the best of himself and show us that there are other ways that they can go about it to improve the lives of people in the state. Yeah, Mr. Quiet One, are you there? You are there, obviously, but I just want, yes, I know, Mr. Quiet One. Thank you for coming to the studio. Yes, let's talk about the election and how peaceful we were told that it was, or how we know there were no, we haven't, there were no issues on the news about loss of life or even property.
Yes, that's obvious. But before I even start, let me say good evening to everybody and to the panelists. There's a statement that you made. You said there's nothing that can change the outcome of the election, or rather the winner. I don't think that is totally correct. You still have the tribunal to come, which I believe will be set up shortly. And I believe in justice. I believe in the justice system. And I believe if Labour Party or the PDP can prove their case, I believe justice will be done. We saw in the news the Labour Party man saying that the lawyers would decide if he would contest the outcome of the result in court. And we've seen the PDP man saying he has is it from EC8A or something that that shows that he won the election. So I don't think it's over because we still have the tribunal to come, and I look forward to the legal maneuvering. We wait till you see how the lawyers are going to maneuver that stage. It's an interesting one. Largely, the elections was free. It was free and fair. Although at the beginning, we saw some people who were arrested and moved to Abuja, and I think they were released today. I really don't know why that was. It's in the news, it's on social media. I really don't know what that was. Were they going to disrupt the elections? Or perhaps they had there's intelligence reports that they were going to, but I don't know. For the reason you just abscond with certain numbers of people and then you bring them back without charging them, or were they charged to court? I don't know. So these are some of the things that we need to kind of look into, not just saying the election was free and fair, but if you've arrested someone and detained the person for a period of 1 week, at least charge the person to court so we know that this person has done something, or let us know why you are releasing them after the elections. These are people who could have voted. You just disenfranchise them for whatever reason. Let us know. We should know. We should demand these things from the authorities. These are some of when we talk about accountability, it's not just to the politicians, to every institution that is meant to be independent, to every CEO, you have to be accountable. This is where it starts from, And which other? I'm just trying to think which other part that I need to touch on before I hand over the floor.
That's what we are talking about first is the peaceful, yes, which you have said. Although in that part where the people were arrested, yes, people were actually arrested, which is I don't know who to point the finger to here, because I saw the news today as well. A couple of PDP chieftains that were released. They were picked up 9th of September and they were released today.
So these are some of the things that we should.
Those are not. Apparently, those are not violent moves. We cannot say they are violent moves.
No, not violent. But
that is a form of oppression. They were oppressed.
Let us know if they've done something wrong. Let us know what they did.
Yeah, I think they were charged to court at some point. Because
what's the outcome of the proceedings?
No, from one of the statements, if you one of the statements from one of them or from the interview, he said that at some point he was charged to court, but I think he didn't dissect on the matter. Or he spoke of how they came to his home, how they took them away and took them to Abuja the early hours of the next day. Well,
so this is the things is that how the law enforcement should operate?
Yes. Sorry, Mr. Okpebholo. I think I think Mr. Quiet Man also. I'm sorry if I cannot properly.
No, feel free.
Okay.
Call me Q1.
Yeah, yes. I think what he is trying to say is very right, because that is the federal might that they must abolish. Trump up charges and at the end you just drop the charges against those people. The emotional blackmail and everything that is happening, the trauma that is happening to these people, who considers them? That's what he's trying to say. Those things are wrong. You don't just arrest people and later release them without taking them to court, without telling them what they did, and there was no judgment about it. I think that's what my brother here is trying to say. Those things are wrong, whether federal or state. Yes, that's what it, sorry.
So that's what we should be looking at, and not whether someone died. Do we really expect someone to die during an election? That's abnormal for us to even expect someone would die during an election in 2024. We should be looking at the procedure, the processes, not whether someone, why would someone, is it a war? Why would we expect that? So, we have to move as a country beyond expecting the lowest from any process, expecting someone will die, people will run away with ballot balls. This is not the jungle. So the things we need to look out for is how the process was, were the institutions actually independent during the electoral process. Those are, for me, those should be the discussions if we really want to move ahead as a people, not whether someone died during the election or whether.
Okay, well, what we are saying, we said first of all, even without somebody, we pray not, because funny things happen around our atmosphere, our environment. Sometimes we take things too far. That is why we are happy. We may not be happy with the outcome of the election, but we are happy that there were no loss of lives of property.
Yeah,
when I
obviously, in the
last general elections.
Yes, let me interrupt you one bit. Allow me to interrupt you. This is election in just Edo State, and the police. We may the souls of the 5 policemen rest in peace that lost their life returning back to their base. May they rest in peace. You had policemen from across the country to supervise just one election, and then we are still talking about if it were peaceful or not. And maybe it's just me being thick this evening, but I think that should not even be on the cards. You have the DSS, you have the police, you have the army. So why can't we? I don't understand. We should not even be talking about that. So honestly, that's for me.
Yes,
I understand where you're coming from.
You remember
we should move people. We should.
Yes, you remember on the part of this process.
Yes, I know. We should, as a people, move people and our thinking.
On the part of
yes,
this
move people and our thinking from this level to the level where we want it to be. Because if we keep saying it was free and fair, that means we're just, we're still very low. We're still at the bottom. But we shouldn't even be thinking, and we should bring people listening to us to the level they should be. That is where the orientation comes in. Not when we ourselves will still talking at the very low bottom bit of the conversation. No, our conversation we should elevate it to a level where people would want to catch up with us, not coming down to their level of saying it's free. No. That's not it at all. Sorry to say, but I think we should use this platform to kind of an orientation program and take people to where they should be thinking, where they should be at. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. I understand your point of thought. I understand your expressions, but it's not everyone that has the same thinking like you. Before the election, some people say it's going to be war. Some people say it's going to be do or die. Some people, when you see some people, they talk with anger and power. They want it. They will burn the town down. Even the government made certain funny statements. So on the other hand, what do we expect? You see, and knowing the kind of people that they are, especially in our like I said, our atmosphere. Yeah, that's a welcome. When the place is calm, a lot of people want to take advantage of the calmness. That's why we say some people fall victim. People can say, let me deliver, let me do this, guns and things will start flying around. But still, even if it was peaceful and or it was largely peaceful, like they said, the oppression and the suppression, well, that was not democratic. I don't see it as democratic at all. I'm not saying yes, use every
Yeah,
argument.
Obizo, let me take you on. When you say suppression, what was the suppression and who was suppressed? Or
The people that were arrested before elections.
oh, okay.
I'm not talking about INEC doing what they do best. No, I'm not that. Let everybody have their freedom to move around, to campaign, to do what they want to do. It is simple. It is oppression. You
Yeah, but
cannot
we had a normal Nigerian election.
No. Yeah, nobody's contesting that. We are talking about some people that were arrested since September 9th, and they were released this month.
Like I said, that's the normal Nigerian election.
Oh, no, I don't think. Why? How many people did they arrest before election in other places? Don't they have an election in Lagos? This is not the first time elections have been happening. Yes, we know operations. What they do normally on election day, the media will come to your house. They will send media to your house to see how you vote, and they will follow you around so that you cannot make phone calls, hidden phone calls, or try to escalate or indulge in certain movement. That's the way it used to be. That's the way. But not arresting people before then, charging them to court and releasing them after election. Like, allow them to participate. So that is my own case. But well, Mr. Odiano said you have the mic already. You have the mic. Tell us what give us your own submission. They said the election was largely peaceful. What is your take on this statement? Odanos, are you there? Or you have left the studio again? Okay, Odanos is not here. We have Madam AI. Madam AI, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, welcome to the studio, madam. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Yes, elections have come and gone, and the outcome has been made. We have congratulated the governor-elect and his deputy. The certificate of return has been given to them. But they are saying that the election they said the election conduct was largely peaceful. So I say, let us commend the process and the people that ensured that it was peaceful, because we know how elections are in Nigeria. Even if there are no law supplies, there'll be ballot snatching. There'll be a lot of people fleeing from election scenes and all whatnot. So I said, this is the time. Let's talk about this. Is it an improvement in the process as things have been extra peaceful? Thank you. Please give us your submission.
Yeah, can I talk?
No, Miss AI is going to talk. After that, Obiano said you coming. Thank you, Danica.
So actually, what do you want me to say? Did anybody say the election was not free and fair?
Not free and fair. Peaceful. In elections in Nigeria. Peaceful.
He said it wasn't peaceful.
It was largely peaceful. Is that an improvement in our elections? That it was peaceful. There was no fight. Nobody got hurt. No casualties. No loss of property. It was peaceful. The process was smooth, largely.
Okay. The question I'm asked anyway. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming into the platform. Okay. The question I'm asking is, did anybody disagree with what you just said?
Not completely. Yes, but is it an improvement in our elections? Have we improved?
Say this. Okay, you want my input?
Yes, I want your
yes. There is an improvement or not?
Yes.
Well, let me say this. Anybody that said that elections in Nigeria has not improved, I will only tell the person that you've not been following the trend of elections in Nigeria. Because if you have, you will know that there is a lot of improvement. Yes, you might not like the result because it didn't favor you or your candidate or your premonitions or your predictions. That's fine. Nobody should have issues with that. We all run on our emotions. But let me say this. For those of us who live outside of Nigeria, and then I will keep saying this, and I will keep saying it. Like me, hate me, I don't care. For those of us who live outside of Nigeria and always think that Nigerian election is the worst, and always use the word the election is rigged. I want them to go and do a thorough research on the word rigging, what it means. If you understand the meaning of the word rig, you will know that every election on the surface of the earth is rigged. It depending on how it's being rigged. Okay? So, interference is rigging. Manipulation is rigging. Altering numbers is rigging. Paying people, cajoling them to vote for you when you get there, you didn't do what they asked you to do is rigging. So, and so forth and so on. But let me go back to Nigerian elections. Over the years, Nigerian elections, it has improved tremendously. Again, when you go into an election and your prediction or your premonition or your claim or your candidate or you did not win, I will advise you as a supporter or as a candidate in a political entity to go back to the drawing board. Don't come destroying the institution just because it didn't favor you. I am sure today those who are saying it is not improving, maybe they lost. If they win, it is improved. We shouldn't be working that way. But if you lose an election, I will advise that you go back to the drawing board. Check out what happened. Where did you not get it right? And that way, when you come again, you know what to do. You don't capitalize on your gains. You capitalize on your losses and work on it for you to be able to win next time. Now, back to Edo election. I have finished Nigerian election. Let me go back to Edo because we are talking about Edo election today, right?
Yes.
First of all, let me say this, and I'm saying it in sincerity. I am not happy with Edo people. Yes. Not in the sense that the election was not free and fair. I will come to that. The election was actually free. Yes, some places, yeah, but it's normal with elections. You can never get it 100% right. But let me say this, in sincerity, I'm not happy with Edo people. Edo people did not see or did not disagree with Peter Obi's decision in 2023. His intentions, his wherewithal, they supported him massively. And he brought a candidate to them in 2024, just barely a few months after. And they have reasons why they shouldn't vote that candidate. So what I'm saying in essence is that you trust his judgment even when he sat and watched people lose their lives in Anambra State for a year and 1 month. Doctors went on strike. Edo people trusted his judgment for doing so. At that point, any politician, according to some people in a snare climb, wherever they are in the world, that politician is not supposed to go further if he cannot solve that kind of problem. That was the man who, in his time as a governor, was impeached twice. That shows total lack of leadership. But he ran on that. Edo people supported him, supported his decision, supported whatever his judgment he gave to them, why he's the best. And that same man came to your land, run round your state, the way he run round Nigeria, gave you a candidate, campaigned for that candidate, even in the night. And the ridiculous vote you people gave to his candidate, what are you people telling us? That he is good for Nigeria, but he is not good for Edo State. He would have been closer to you. You had an opportunity to keep that your beloved to be closer to you in a way that he can be in your kitchen. Maybe Apata will build roads, he will commission it and tell Apata how doctors can sit at home for a year and 1 month and see how Edo people will feel. But you people refuse to give him that credit. By the way, let me ask Edo people, do you know what Peter B getting Edo under his archbishops mean to his political career? But you ripped him off that. But you want him to be the Nigerian president. That's okay. Let me go back to the election proper. Do I still have time? I should stop.
No, yeah, you have it's just 3 minutes. You just have 1 minute left, man.
Okay. The 1 minute is that if you look at the three candidates, put a table. You know how they do spreadsheets. You put a table, and then you put a dot. Make a hierarchy of what they call profile for them. Olumide Akpata. I don't really know how Edo people will like Olumide to be their governor. I'm not being tribalistic here, but please, you people should not get me wrong. Olumide Akpata to be their governor. It doesn't actually sound right. Then the other guy, what's his name? Remind me of his name again. Hello.
Yeah, which other guy?
The PDP guy, because it's three according
Asue
to
Ighodalo, they have Asue Ighodalo, they have the governor-elect Monday Okpebholo, they have the Olumide Akpata.
Not Monday, I will come to Monday.
Asue Ighodalo.
You know, at the beginning of the race, they say it's a 3-horse race. It wasn't. Actually, it was 2. That other guy, what's his first name again? Difficult to pronounce.
Asue.
Okay, let me call him Asue. Okay. Half Edo, half Yoruba. I don't know how that works. You know, in as much as we try not to be tribalistic, we try not to be racist, sometimes we want something home. Half Edo, half Yoruba, married to an Igbo woman. I don't know. I'm talking about being home now. I will get back to, when I finish. Maybe I will join later in the day, before you to go to explain the next profile that didn't work. This one half Edo, half Benin, then Igbo wife. Then the Monday is not half anywhere. If I get the reading, what I read correctly, right? It's not half anywhere, right? Hello?
Yes, man, I'm with you.
Monday is not half anywhere, right?
No. Monday is information. It's information and it's full information.
Ishan complete, like Ishan.
Yes.
You know, half anywhere.
Yes, so far that's
I will
information.
join you later when it is my turn again.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go down to the profile. When I finish, you will see why the election was a bit tight, but somebody won.
Okay, thank you very much.
In essence, what I said is that election in Nigeria has improved
tremendously.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Yeah, thank you very much for giving us your submission. We have IK King next. IK, you are there. Unmute yourself and give us your submission on the peaceful election.
You see, good evening, everybody. Thank you for always bringing us to this platform to air our mind as regards to the political space of Nigeria. It is confirmed that the Edo State election was largely peaceful compared to the previous elections we've been having before. And when I joined this platform, I heard you talking about people were detained by the police, we are now later released today. Now you see, that peace that we enjoyed during the election did not just happen as a result of magic. You know, measures were put in place by security operative to make sure that the election would be peaceful, and that necessitated the arrest of some persons. Let me explain. We can remember vividly that the governor was threatening fire and brimstone. If this happen, if that happen, I will burn Nigeria. You know, nobody has monopoly of violence, this and that. I'm still the chief security officer of the state. Why would they disband Okagile and all of those? I mean, why would they disband ESN and all of those threats coming from the executive governor? And based on police intelligence, they were able to identify some persons whom might have been instrumental in achieving those kind of bogus words the governor was uttering from his mouth. And the police went swiftly into action and kept those people somewhere first. Because the day they will have the power, the opportunity to do whatsoever they would have done, supposed to be the day of the election. Now that election is over, they were set free and everybody goes home. Everybody is happy.
Yeah, you see? And why were they taken to Abuja? Are you saying the state CID in Benin was not able to?
Okay, now let me explain that Abuja part.
That the state CID could not have
Yes, that Abuja part is simple. You know, I thought even this afternoon somebody called me and I told the person that the police are smarter than us. Let's not take that from them. Then two, if they leave them in Edo State, the person that has power to pronounce and to revoke is still the governor, and he might be able to use his power to, you know, infuse whatsoever purpose they wanted to achieve by detaining those people. So the best thing for them to have done is to take them to a territory where the power of the governor would not be, you know, useful in that context. You understand? So police is smarter than us, and if you would ask the police to give more insight, they will tell you.
So disenfranchising their right is making the police smarter.
No, they were not disenfranchised. Let me tell you something. Right. Okay, these people were picked up based on tip-off and some allegations that was leveled against them. It was only unfortunate for them that it happened in the period of the election. So when you say they were disenfranchised, no, that is not correct.
No, when I mean disenfranchised, when you arrest the person, you charge the person to court. You don't hold the person down. So when you charge the person to court, it's either left for the court to give bail or not. But now, what are these charges? Have they threatened? So okay, threat has become a crime, or what? Did they make any attack, or did they plan, or even in their plan? Let
me explain.
Were they seen with firearms? Were they seen?
Let me explain. Okay. Let me explain 1 minute so that another person can talk. You see, some of those persons that were arrested in connection to the, you know, fracas that happened between Okpebholo convoy, Philip Shaibu, and the rest at Airport Road the other time. Some of them were part of those who were pointed that, oh, this person was there, or what have you. They were part of those who were arrested. Then some persons were arrested from Edo Central, whom were linked to a certain young man that was caught with a firearm that mentioned the name of the local government chairman in Uromi, that it was that man that mobilized them, blah, blah, blah. Some of them were part of those. Then another set were part of those. In short, the local government chairman of Ekpoma, that means Esan West local government chairman, himself was arrested because there was a fracas that broke out between the PDP supporters and the APC supporters, and he was there. Why did they arrest him? They took some of his boys to the police station in the Ekpoma division. Him going to the police station to present himself, he bandaged his hand as though he had an injury. But based on police intelligence, they asked him to remove the bandage and discovered that there was no injury in his hand at all. He wanted to deceive the police. So they added him to the people and they took all of them to Abuja. So like I said before, we cannot teach the police how to do their job. And for me, I believe that the peace and tranquility that we enjoyed during this election those people that were arrested were, instrumental to achieving that peace in this election. Let's not forget, the governor actually promised fire and brimstone. But since the election now, we never even hear knockout. Matches never burn. But this is somebody that promised that Nigeria was going to burn. You see? So that is it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you very much. Yes. You have given us a submission. Yeah, really beautiful. Mr. Vuvuzela, you have your hands up. Before we go, let's hear from you. Mr. Vuvuzela.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the studio.
Yes, so I guess we're talking about the peaceful conduct of the last election.
Yes.
And everybody is saying the election was peaceful and no ballot box were stolen and everything. So should we commend?
I think there were ballot boxes that were stolen in very little places. Was it largely peaceful? Largely peaceful.
Okay, really peaceful. Okay, good. So now we want to celebrate peaceful election, but election results that nobody knows where it actually came from. Is that not what those we focus on the wrong thing? The last caller said something, or the last speaker said something just now, that the people that were supposed to cause trouble that were picked up and arrested. Why is it? I mean, we've all been here, different members of different parties threatened. How is it that it's only from one party that they seem to have picked up certain individuals, and they were taken to Abuja? And what he just described for us is the ruling party using what's it called, state might or federal might to silence their opposition. Pretty much, that is not due process. You don't pick somebody in Ekpoma and whisk them to Abuja. On what charges? On what charges? There is a state police, there's a divisional police. Why does the person have to go all the way to Abuja? Then a week after the election is over, you release them with nothing. Is there not a certain amount of time you can hold somebody without charging them? So people coming out to say loudly that, oh, the police is so smart that they did not go follow due process. They are very dumb, in my opinion, and they are shoving it in our face. What can we do? How do you hold somebody for 2-3 weeks to a month, no charges, no anything? Then as soon as the election is over, you come out and say, oh, those were the people that were supposed that were going to cause trouble. What they told us was that they were the ones that committed, they were suspects in the killing of a policeman on Airport Road. Was that not what was being banded around, that is why they are picking up people from a certain political party? All of a sudden now, it's intelligence reaching them that these were the troublemakers, people that were earmarked to make trouble. Please, let's not use sentiments to try and claim intelligence. That has nothing to do with anything. It's obvious that the governor is not in charge of the police commissioner in Edo State. Governor has no power over him. So they used whoever was in charge to pick up these people, whisk them away, because those were the quote unquote the strong men of their area, and they picked them up. It's as simple as that. All of a sudden now that case is going to disappear. Nobody's going to hear about it. And us having peaceful, thank God that nobody was killed. Everything happened peacefully. But does that give us a pass mark in our electoral process? No. There's still that time frame where nobody knew what happened between IREV or INEC office or whatever. That is a problem. So we can't just say, oh, let's beat our chest. Everything was sound, safe, nobody, everything was safe. But the results, everybody's still going to court. So I don't think, I don't see the gains in anything. We have gotten to a point where somebody was telling me today, and I almost laughed my ribs out. Said then in Benin, when somebody is mad, they will say, hope he has not got into the market and leaked moi leaf. He said Nigeria election has leaked more leave. So the madness, there's no going back. There's no going back. And I think that is where we are. We cannot, we don't seem to be able to conduct free and fair election. It's like it's beyond us. And it's unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bubuzela. You spoke my mind as well. Yes, I think it is. Some people will say it is politics. Some people will say it is politics. I don't know from which school of thoughts or which or where they learned oppression becoming politics or the oppression being played as politics at this point in time. Well, it is what it is. The only sad part is that you see a man that is suffering and smiling, trying to justify these things happening. They say the rain does not fall on one roof alone. When the rain wants to fall, it does not select the roof. The water touches every house at a given area. So sometimes the things we applaud may come to haunt us or might be a part of us. But in all excess, yes, the election was free and fair. No, not free and fair, sorry. The election was peaceful. That is the most interesting part of it. It's only wise that on proper that at this point in time of our lives that we can go cast our votes, go home, and just watch the outcome. Even if the outcome may not, it doesn't have to, the outcome may not please everyone, including candidates and supporters of these candidates. Yes, it may not come out the way we want, but the fact that the destruction or the disruption does not occur anymore, that shows a lot of involvement and improvement in elections. Next on yes, we have Mr. Tupo. Tupo, you have your hands up. Please unmute yourself and give us your submission.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
First and foremost, moderator, let me first appreciate you understanding that you are looking down because the way you have continually spoken on behalf of certain candidates, you voted unknown to you by using your platform. But nevertheless, let's go forward. The thing about elections in Nigeria is that, like what the lady said, we have made tremendous progress. The only problem is that while election is making progress, governance is not making progress. So I think we should separate it. So having election cases after election is normal. People will cry rigging. Donald Trump had cases in court for over 3 years about rigging. Even they are still calling out Russia for rigging. So, but when you really look at the technology that has been applied and the fact that the overvoting, we used to hear then that you just get people, pour ballot paper into a ballot box, and people who don't even, like you say, 13 years old are voting because they underage voters, many other things that have transpired in our election that is no longer possible. But will I say rigging is not in the elections of Nigeria these days? Yeah, probably advanced, but in a more systemic and more meaningful way. Like what Mama said, there's a way the different things can be regarded as rigging. A governor going into the INEC or coalition center can be regarded as rigging. So different things. So, but then we must still appreciate the fact that we can even see that, we can verify results. We can even see on the internet and say, okay, let us use what is on the IRF to compare what we have. A lot has been done. So let us first, it's a work in progress, like Ozekome said. Let's keep pushing. The only thing, like I said, the actors are the problem. Because if the actors continue in this their way, in Nigeria, nobody steps down, nobody accepts fault, nobody resigns, there's no election. It's only Jonathan in the history of Nigeria that has accepted this election. No other election has been accepted. So it's the governance that is becoming the problem, not the electoral process. Because if we can help the electoral process to continue to work and not go to INEC office as a governor to try to obtain the result, I think we will be making progress. So that's that. INEC has their own issues, the governance has. Then for security, like what Mr. Akiking said, the people saddled with the responsibility of guaranteeing our safety and ensuring peace is the police. And if the police thought to themselves and said, oh, for this election to be peaceful, these are the actions we need to take. The only thing you should be looking at is the result of the election. Was it peaceful? Yes. So kudos to the Nigerian police. People don't understand the fact that a man or a woman goes out to vote, and next thing, the parents of the person is told that stray bullet killed the person. So we are just that's why Jonathan said his election is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Because sometimes we just trivialize the major things. The fact that nobody died, nobody even went to the hospital. We are not even okay with it. We are angry. If police had knowledge of the fact that if these individuals were released into the society, maybe the clash between this and that would have resulted to something, and they decided to do what they did. We should say, yes, at least it was peaceful. We can also say the police should improve on their actions, like the way you said it, not disenfranchising the people they arrested, but maybe that's the tactics they could use. I remember back in 2016 when this kind of news came that somebody was going to disrupt the election. I'm telling you from what I have and I was privy to. The DSS parked a vehicle in front of that man's house. The DSS parked a vehicle in front of that man's house. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yes. And escorted, and they didn't talk to him. They drove behind him until he got to the polling unit. He voted, they drove behind him, he got home. They didn't touch him. So, but they did not let him move beyond that terrain. So there are different ways that police can ensure security. But for those guys, maybe some are not, maybe they don't have that capacity to drive. Maybe they will have to use back doors, jump fence, and go and do their evil. That's why they were held. But they have been released, and the police have said that the election was peaceful. So let us appreciate what is happening. So in the final analysis, I want to first and foremost again, because I was expecting that you would have congratulated the governor-elect who just received this certificate of return yesterday, him and his deputy. Congratulations to the incoming governor and his deputy. It was a rousing celebration at New Benin when he went to pay them thank you tour, and everybody was so excited. I've never seen such a crowd. So let's be optimistic. Let's be hopeful.
I guess you were in that crowd as well. I saw you when you were waving, you were jubilating, somersaulting.
No, I saw the video because market with everybody. It was something serious.
How come the video is so unpopular online?
Well,
because like the market women, they don't spend their time posting videos. They are spending their time cultivating staple crops and having it available for us to buy.
Lions and tigers.
Those.
Gentlemen.
Anyway, let me round up because I can see that people are they are okay. Moderator, thank you.
Thank you for your submission. You have given us your expressions on the outcome. Yes, we must commend. I always, regardless of the situation, I always commend when a good thing happens. which means the election being largely
And like I said, Mr.
peaceful.
Moderator, we must separate election from governance. Governance and election. And our election is improving. Our governance is not improving. That is where the problem is.
Our election did not improve in Edo State. Our election did not
God
improve.
bless you. Who said the election is improving? That was you separate the election from governance. That's good.
Which improvement are you talking about? Which
Thank
improvement are you
Oh my
talking about?
God!
Voila,
Oh
no
my God! Yeah, gentlemen, please. Everybody will have a fair share of this submission. Yes, Mr. Tupo, thank you for your submission. Yes, don't raise accusations when you don't know. Before you got here, I congratulated the governor-elect. I must congratulate him. I'm not on the ballot, and I told you the outcome is the outcome. Until otherwise, you were not here when I made those submissions. And it's not about winning the election. I like what he said.
Sorry about that.
I like what Okpebholo said. He said that he's ready to work with everybody, including opposition. Even when Pai Gaiva gave a good remark about him, said people might think this man is a pushover, but he now has the mantle or he has the power in his hands. So let us hope for a great outcome from him, because that's all we have to do now. And I will advise, if it was me to advise the PDP camp, I would say nobody should bother giving any lawyer the people that manipulate the justice system or the judiciary. Don't need giving any lawyer money to go and start trying to defend an outcome that we know about. For me, let this man, he has won the election, whatever way he has gotten, let us give him a chance to try. The only thing that will happen if it goes wrong is our time, but it's okay. We can give him a try. And it is beautiful. We are still here again. Elections have come and gone. Let we are brothers. Let us submission. Next man. Who is the next man on the? I heard Mr. Mori. Mr. Mori, I didn't know you were in the studio already. Mr. Mori, I'd like to see your submission on the matter. Election being peaceful. That is what we are talking about. The outcome. Good. You don't believe that the elections have evolved. Now, Mr. Tupo tried to tell us that elections have improved, but governance has actually deteriorated. If I should believe that is what he's saying, or elections, our governance has not improved. But governance have not improved, but elections have improved. What is your submission on this matter? First, the peaceful election in Edo State. Let us commend it. Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you, my brother. You see, I think we are Nigerians. We are Nigerians, and we are who we are. We cannot change that overnight. It's easy for us to blame the government. It's easy to blame the pastors. It's easy for us to blame traditional rulers sometimes when we have the courage to do so, when we are not restricted by customs and tradition as they have in the eastern region. But there are certain areas where we can't even talk about. Even when we see the thing is black, we have to remain. We know the school has told us that this thing is white. Our exposure to abroad has told us this thing is white. But because of our condition, we are conditioned to certain things, we are teleguided by certain norms and conditions and customs, we regard that thing as black. That is who we are. We cannot separate who we are from, there's where we want, there is who we want to be. There is a difference between who we want to be ordinarily because of our exposure and who we are. We cannot change that overnight. We are Nigerians. And these guys on various Nigerian fora, they are doing a great job. Either they are doing the job of, image laundry, for their paymasters or otherwise. But they cannot fool the rest of us, there's a way you can talk to sweet talk everybody. Not everybody you can cajole into that food paradise, because most of us have gone beyond that level. Just because of school education, because we have been involved, we have been there. So we are Nigerians. We are all Nigerians. Nobody can be more Nigerian than the other. So no matter how they try to, cajole us, we refuse to cajole. To poto into their, according to the one man's English. We refuse to fall into that food paradise. Somebody was talking about improvement. In 1999, this is not something they told us or we read in our history books. we were already adults, even 1970, as of 92, 72, the First Republic, Second Republic, and the Third Republic, especially 1999, we could hear an Obasa just saying it's a do or die affair. It's a do or die affair. Even after that boasting, he still has some reservation when it comes to certain areas. If you wanted to deploy the federal might to take over the Southwest, Jagaban will have been arrested, a day to election, he will not witness an election, nothing. Heaven will not fall. But after that boasting, he still has this, reservation like, no, though it's an election, I want to take over everywhere. Don't forget, he was even from that particular geographical zone. He was from Yoruba. The first time, he never won any state in Yoruba land, not even Ogun State. Right? In 2023, they now suspend that. People now say, okay, this is our son. The tribal angle. Let's support him. Let's give him some support. He succeeded in winning in those areas. So they gave him a yard. He wanted to take a mile. He wanted to capitalize on that to take over the whole of the Southwest. They blocked him again. If he had deployed military might, federal might, don't forget he was once a soldier. Once a soldier, he's always a soldier. So I'm trying to drive home a point that the so-called people that wear the Ighodalo of Democrats, they are worse than dictators. They are worse than the military, the ex generals. That is the point I'm trying to make here. For people that are coming here to say we have evolved, we have improved, it's tantamount to saying you were trekking, you wanted to beat the rain and the sun, you bought a beautiful vehicle, or your son abroad brought a beautiful vehicle for you. Beautiful vehicle, tear over. You park it in your garage, you are still trekking. You have the vehicle right there. You are still trekking in the rain, you are still trekking in the sun. You said, at least you have improved. At least you have a vehicle in your garage. Me, man, brother, what are we talking about here? Even in 2023, if Tinubu Obasanjo had wanted to go by the do or die affair, as he boasted on a campaign podium, Tinubu is he is strong, he's a jagaban, but not to the extent of contending with a sitting Nigerian president. He still maintained that cool. Coming back to Buhari, a lot of people said Buhari was a dictator. We expected a lot of things from Buhari. He didn't perform. Security-wise, economic-wise, it was all, a monumental failure. But when it comes to this one issue of being a Democrat, there was another thing it tried as much as possible to avoid. That toggle of dictatorship, which they used against him during the campaigns. He wanted to maintain that ground. And he did that one perfectly well. In this angle, in this area, we're already missing Buhari already. Compared to this mafia, compared to this drug addicts in charge today, people are coming here that we have improved. You spend the taxpayers' money.
There's no drug with anything. Moderator, please intervene.
Mr. Mori,
Who is that challenging me? When you were talking, calling people names, you did not think
Mr. Mori, please, even when you say be careful.
Mr. Mori, please be gentle. I know, just be gentle.
This mafia in charge, you all know him. Every debate from the place of birth to the school academic records to the business he did to become a billionaire, they're all controversial. With this controversial figure in charge, you guys are not getting the handwriting on the wall. We are still here playing with, you still thinking Nigeria is standing. We are still here, deceiving ourselves based on tribal, religious, and political affiliation. See, it will dawn on us very soon, in no distant time. I don't know exactly when it will happen. There is no way we can shy away from what we are doing to ourselves right now. As you lay your bed, so you will lie on it. There is no point, there is no gain saying the fact that we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It's going to explode on all of us. You might be in America, you might be in Japan, you might be in UK, wherever you are. You have one or two things Nigeria that is affecting you, either business, family, or any somehow you will be affected. We will have improved. We started with beavers. A lot of money spent. You came up with RM without this accreditation. No manual accreditation. In some areas, we are suspending the beavers for accreditation, even to date, even in the last election. They suspended beavers in some areas for accreditation. Now, RM was supposed to be an improvement on beavers. As soon as the results are coming out from the unit and the wards, everybody signed. The political agents will sign. It will immediately be uploaded into a central unit where everybody will have access to it. an hour to when about 95 or 96% of the result were already downloaded. It was seen by everybody. We were all here watching together. I knew something would happen. I wasn't, I was just giving them the benefit of that. If we could follow that one to the end and see what they were going to come up with. When they saw that it wasn't in their favor, I watched the weakest cousin, the President Electoral Commissioner, saying whatever they are saying there in their own portal, in their own item, there is something to go by. That is just that one is a film show that nobody should. It's a mere formality that nobody should follow that thing. That not even himself has the power to declare the final result. This is your own RF created by you with the billions of taxpayers' money. Yeah, I will round up. I'm almost done. You disregarded that. Because you disregarded collation at the local government level. You move people forcefully to state collation center. You lock them outside. Man, somebody is telling us we have improved. You're doing technological wise. We have improved. You don't allow them, you don't rely on them. Somebody is coming here to tell me that another lady spoke to say he's blaming the Edo people for voting for Obi in presidential election. I don't know the personal grudge or hatred you have for Obi. Don't come here and blame Edo people for sin they did not commit. So they have no rights to their choice. Giving Obi, Atiku and Jagaba in that last election, Obi was like a saint among the two criminals in the Bible. So if they don't have the right to say we vote Obi, we cannot vote Obi in Edo State. If you have your personal grudge, go and resolve with Obi in Anambra State. Don't come here and cajole Edo State. And we don't know what we are doing.
Mr. Mori, thank you for your submission. You are getting too emotional. Please,
no, people come here to bring the truth.
No, please, it's okay.
It will affect everybody. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone.
When you conducted the election in 2007, where they can announce results when people are still voting, will you compare it to now? What the English improve? It should be understood. We all went to school now. Improve. It has improved.
It has not improved. If it has improved, Kogi and Imo State will not be like this.
Brother,
it has not improved.
Gentlemen.
We are in Nigeria when we saw people result that people are still voting.
Yeah,
even Yaradua came and said the election that brought him was wrong. Let us still appreciate the fact that even if it's not working the way we want, it has changed from what it was.
Yes, that is the point. I said at least it is not like it may not be like that everywhere around the country, but to be honest, especially in Edo where they have a lot of hot bodies, a lot of people that want to make things happen or want to impress. At least we must give kudos. It doesn't mean the whole process is perfect. But we have to start ticking the boxes one after the other. And we can say, yes, we have, that box has been fairly okay. We saw it now. It's the truth. We cannot take the truth. Even if because we can get unhappy, we can get agitated that the people, after doing everything towards doing everything the proper way, we still got a different outcome. But that is our individuality. Please.
Yeah. Igbe is next, in case you finish your submission.
Yeah. Igbe was on ground. Igbe has many things to tell us. Igbe, I know. Not Igbe did not come quick. Igbe, are you there?
I'm here. Good evening, guys.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm good, bro. Okay. Well, as we all agree that the election was peaceful, and for me, I think we've improved better than what we saw in the last local government election that was conducted in Edo State. You compare the two elections. So, my popular parable. In Nigeria, when something favors you, you say it's connection. But when it doesn't favor you, you say it's corruption. So you understand? So I understand why people are so emotional about this election, because you see, one thing that is very sure, that will always be a winner. For me, I don't even want to talk about the elections. We should talk about governance, peaceful transition, because we've been enjoying peace since after the election. So we should just maintain it. If you have problems with the elections, gather your evidence and go to the court. No, not calling names, because I don't like people throwing tantrums like calling somebody a drug baron and all that. I can't even prove. You know, you're just being emotional. You shouldn't. We are not in a lawless society. If you have facts and figures, you can go out there and prove it. We have courts. If you don't trust the judiciary system, well, I don't know who you would trust. Because you see, this election has really taught a lot of us lessons. You know, already I'm hearing about defections and all that. You see the same guys jumping to the other party. They don't have morals. Very soon you see it. After inauguration, now you see people moving up and down again. And tomorrow we'll come here and fight for these people. I always say, don't fight. Don't fight. Don't fight for these guys. Because they are just almost the same. PDP, APC, or whatever you call them. They're just acronyms, just names. They don't have morals. They can always switch sides. Some years ago, I was with one of the political parties I was supporting, and I was breaking my head. But today now, I just sat down. I even told Mr. Tony, I just want to be neutral, so that I will see things from all sides. And I saw everything that happened in this election. Everybody's just guilty of what they are accusing the other person of. You bought votes, you sold votes, everything happened. But it didn't just favor you. So you don't just come and start complaining about the whole thing. Oh, Wike cousin did this one, did that. This election has really improved. I remember one certain time we used to vote. They will come there, snatch ballot boxes, go inside the bush, thumbprint, and bring. Now, if you do such a thing, that unit to be cancelled. We've improved. It doesn't mean because it doesn't favor you, then you just come and bastardize the whole system. We are improving. You understand? It's this same INEC that conducted the election, and other political parties also won. There was a local government election in this state. These people talking about morals today. Was that an election compared to what we just had now? So much you don't just come, oh, they start swearing for people and all that. When you conducted a local government election that you can't even be proud of, was that an election? So I don't even want to talk about all these things. Just talk about governance, how our state will improve in security and all that, education, healthcare. Should not come here and be talking about elections that's already been won. If you have issues, go to the courts, go and prove your case. Bring your what they call your evidence. The beavers machines they are there. They will check the accreditation if there was overvoting and all that. The whole evidence, they're just there for you to go and do your due diligence. Even talking about this RF thing, there will be cancellations of results. By the time they will go through it and all that. They were overvoting in some places, we know. But you have to prove it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Igbe. Yes. The same story, yes, we say good. There's been improvements. There's been changes. Yes, I remember. But we have moved. We have evolved. Let us applaud that. A lot of the outcome of there's nothing wrong. Okay, let's put it this way: elections happened. People came out to vote. The process was peaceful, and there's nothing wrong if the people's choice are let out in the open. You demean a process, a good process, by giving the wrong result. That's what some people are agreed about. That's why they will say it is not
moderator, did they give the wrong
result? No. Leave me, I beg.
Hello? Nobody gave wrong result. And they gave
what is wrong result, sir? What is wrong result?
Calm down. Two of you should calm down.
What is wrong result, sir?
Moderator, don't let them chat on you or mute them. Use your body to make noise.
They declare wrong result. That is not correct.
Leave the moderator alone.
No.
There is nothing like wrong result.
King, you are not, whether you have done a wrong result, I am not saying a wrong result has been given, but I'm saying it distracts the process, it kills the process. So I don't know why you and Tupo are getting upset or getting agitated.
You are insinuating that sir, you are insinuating something.
I don't know how much you people have been paid.
Please, can I say something on the floor?
How can you insult my intelligence and say how much I've been paid? What do you mean by that, moderator?
Can I say something, brother?
But to
Can I say
insult, you've made a
something?
I don't
comment
know
like
why
that
you
about the
calm
moderator
down.
before that he's been paid by PDP. So why are you upset when they say that about
No,
you?
no, no,
I
no.
never
Let's
said it is
let's
paid.
all
I
calm
said you
Yes,
down,
you
are
said
guys,
it about the
guys,
moderator before that he's been
guys,
paid.
guys. To
How can I say
go,
that? I don't
You
say
to
anybody
go,
has been paid. I told you he
to go, calm
voted.
down.
That's what I said. Why you say I
Calm
shout?
down. Guys, calm down. Let us see. Let's calm down because when you people hear something, it's the same thing. You're acting like your politicians, your leaders. Calm down. You have complained about the local government
Who are our
election that
leaders?
happened in
You want to
Tuesday.
Jay,
insult us on the
Jay, can
The
I
people
platform?
say
you
something
support.
as well?
No,
Can you allow me to contribute?
just hold on 1 minute, please.
Allow me
Hold
to
on 1 minute.
contribute, please.
Yes, you will contribute.
But
Everybody
we
will
have
contribute.
only one moderator now. If we should let him speak.
Wait, see. So people complain about the Edo State local government elections, that the results came out like a selection. Now you are complaining that somebody has said the Edo State gubernatorial election has not done same. Why are you picking the fight? It's the same thing. The local government elections
It's
you
based
complain
on
about.
morality. We are not picking
No.
fights.
It's not morality. It is a process that has brought an outcome. That is simple. Let us not. I don't know if you good. You can defend anything you want to defend, but I have my own opinion, and I'm not afraid to say it. Not because I'm moderator. I can be a panelist too and be shouting like a toothless bulldog. You can do that like some of you.
Can I
But
observe something, moderator?
let us be easy. I don't know. Let us just be easy. The outcome of it may be right, may not be right. The process was good. The outcome, people complained about it. So
Okay.
that makes the process flawed. That is what some people are angry about. But we are saying the process is good. Maybe with over time, maybe by the time you guys are 90 years, because some people support it. By the time you guys are 90 years, the process will be a perfect
I
one.
also, I beg, borrow me 5 seconds. I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of feedback from our audience that is watching us, and we did too much noisy. We are adults, we'll comport ourselves. Election don't win, they don't lose. Give your submission peacefully, and if you feel you want to make rowdy house, I'll not waste my time to drop anybody. We fight now because election don't pass for the pamper people. We don't get winner. Who feel say you want cry, I go move on. Okay, go cry for where you want to go cry. Simple. Get to comport
Nobody will cry.
ourselves.
Nobody will cry. We had been and
We
sometimes
get sorry,
our emotions
we get a
they
lady in the house. You know, so they give lady privilege. Now, first time I say the name, her name is Joy. Madam Joy or Mrs. Joy, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us?
But
I
do you
beg.
select people that you're allowed to talk on this house, or I should make
Mr.
the
Mike,
program?
you don't run the show. I run the show, and I
It
will drop
doesn't
you to
matter
never
if you
say.
run the show, my brother.
Mr. Mike, you can take your anger. You can take your anger. You can take your anger
please.
elsewhere. You
No,
don't
no,
take
no.
things how the choice they wrong. No, hold on.
Upper important. We are brothers. We are
I
all
know, but
brothers.
you
Mr.
never
Mike,
talk to me like that
please.
now. If you have the
No.
problem, take it to
We brothers can talk the way we can talk to each other. Let us not, please. Mr.
yeah.
Mike, let us just do. We are gentlemen.
I
Mr. Mike.
understand. You own a platform does not give you the right.
No, Mr. Mike, be gentle. We are gentlemen, please.
Sorry, we have a lady in the house.
Mr. Mike, please. We are gentlemen. Just hold put. Let us hear from the lady as we are very good gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Don't allow me. Give me any space to say
Please,
anything.
Mike. Please. Okay, Mike.
I will. No problem.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We have a lady in the house. Can the lady hear us? Can you unmute
Hello?
and introduce yourself? Hello, can hear you.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just came in now, so I'm still trying to catch up with what you guys are saying. Probably I'm going to contribute later, but I'm just the
Okay.
yeah,
The first topic is the process free and fair? Are we improving our election process? That's the first question, the first talking point. So we have just a 2-hour show. I think we have more 1 hour. Please listen.
Did you say if we are improving?
Yeah, is our election process improving? The election process, is it improving?
What let's ask ourselves in the first place. what's our electoral process? Have we improved both technologically, or in what aspect? When you say improved, that's a very context. Is
They
it
say
all round improved?
they said the process was peaceful, largely peaceful. Doesn't mean 100% peaceful. So based on that, our election process is improving. Do you agree with that?
If you're talking about this last Edo State election, it's peaceful. But when we are talking about the electoral processes in Nigeria as a whole, do we need to do something to improve it? Yes. But I'm very, very interested in Edo State election because I am an Edo woman first, before I became a Nigerian. But in this last election, I think it was free and fair. But I don't think at this point the PDP should be complaining. I think they should just get inside and shut the hell up. Because in the last 8 years, they've not done anything. And I'm not and they should not be expecting anything from Edo people. And they shouldn't be expecting anything from Edo State. If you lost, of course you lost in this past election. That's that was your, how am I going to put it? What English words am I going to use for this? You caused it. All right. And this is the time you should go back to your drawing board, sit down and check what happened with the last candidate you brought for the Edo people as PDP. What has he done wrong? He has done everything wrong. When you look at, I was in Nigeria, Edo State, January of this year. Trust me, Edo State is one of the most underdeveloped states in Nigeria, and the PDP or the outgoing governor or the outgoing party should be ashamed of themselves. They shouldn't be coming out to tell us, oh, they stole our mandate, oh, the election wasn't free and fair. So you're thinking that after these 8 years of failure, 8 years of lack of accountability, you think you're going to come back to become the governor, or the PDP will not be the next, they will come back again as elected party in Edo State? That means they should, the PDP people are deluded. All right. So if you do well as a party, if you do well as a party, or you did well, Seki, I'm sorry, I don't call him Obaseki, I call him Seki because I've lost all respect for him. I came down at the Murtala Mohammed Airport. I wasn't that shocked because I actually schooled in Lagos. I went to university in Lagos, and the amount of how am I going to put it? The amount of development I saw in Lagos State, compared to when I was there, and so many years ago, 18, 19 years ago, staying in school, I was clapping. I was clapping for them because the Lagos State, they have this, how am I going to put it? Not ritual. They have this way of continuity. You see a governor in Lagos State comes today, he works and he's done something good in Lagos State. Another one comes in, he starts from where the other one stopped. So at this time, if anybody is coming out to say as a PDP, you are coming out to say it wasn't free and fair, please get inside. You should be ashamed of yourself. For the past 8 years, I got to Benin.
Moderator, please, time up. We can't allow these people to just come here and be insulting others.
I'm not insulting. Excuse me. Let me finish. Let me tell you something. Yeah, no one is insulting you. And this is the problem we have in Edo State, and this is the problem we have in Nigeria. When people are telling you this is exactly what you're supposed to do, listen, I'm not in any part.
It is not right.
Please let me finish.
Madam.
Please let me finish.
Yes,
please
madam,
let me finish. My name is Joy. Please let me finish. Just give me 1 minute to finish. Let me finish, please. Please, can you allow me to finish? Allow me to finish. Allow me. Allow me. I went to a close.
Someone have the monopoly for insulting everyone. You understand?
No. Just
But
allow
you
her.
people were here insulting the president, calling him a drug baron. Let us speak.
Let her speak. Please let her speak. Please let her speak. Miss Joy. Miss Joy.
Can you hear me? I don't know why
Yes,
you're
Miss Joy.
taking me to the back door. Excuse
No,
me,
Miss Joy.
sir.
I hear you. Just calm down. Calm down.
Sir, let me finish. I'm not angry.
Please.
Can you hear me?
Let us hear yours.
Yes, we can hear you. Continue. Just bring your voice down a little bit and speak. Nobody will interject you. We'll control the house. Go ahead.
Please, I'm not shouting. This is why I speak when I get irritated. You see, I was in Benin. I'm a full-blooded Edo woman. All right. Oh yes, I went to Benin in January. I was coughing all through. What happened? Because I'm allergic to dust. All right. I was coughing all through until I came back to my base abroad. And I think after 2 days, without no medication, everything just died down, and that was how the coughing stopped. So listen, Edo State is not a place where people come in to get their own share. And the ancient city of, the great Benin Empire, at this time we call it the ancient city, and there is nothing absolutely to show for it. There is no good road. There is no bridges. You understand? There is no development whatsoever. So this time, instead of us to be crying that the election wasn't free and fair, please go back to your drawing board. If you are bringing any other person to become the governor of Edo State, make sure that person has the mandate. What I mean is that what he said or she said, he or she's going to do in the next 8 years, he follows it to the latter. We've had enough. Enough is enough. You go to Calabar, Cross River, go there and see the kind of development going on there. But when it comes to Edo State, when we are telling you as a people, this is what we need, you start taking it out of context. So please, let it slide, go back, accept defeat, and go back to your drawing board. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Joy. Thank you.
Can I
Miss Joy,
observe
God
one
bless
thing? I'm not
you.
saying anything here today. Can I
Yes.
observe one thing before you guys continue? I'm not going to take your time.
Okay, go ahead. No, let Mr. John Bosco observe. Just
Well,
observe.
I know, Tonedo, you keep muting me, but you're allowed to go and
John Bosco,
no,
just put the
Gigi,
information.
I'm going to be
No,
frank
Junior,
here.
let them speak.
No,
It is
I'm going to
wrong.
be
You can't
frank.
be
I'm going to be
one-sided
frank.
now.
I'm
But this
going to
is
be frank.
wrong. Let them
I'm
add
going
their
to be
mind.
frank here because I've noticed that whenever I'm interjecting or Saro is interjecting, he mutes us. But you allow like a king to come here to run ring around your show. Allow to go to run ring around the show. That's why I said that it's an APC show right now.
It's 100 APC.
That's what I'm
You guys
saying.
totally biased. You are biased, Jay, man. You are biased. You don't allow people
That's
to
what I'm
speak.
saying. You just come start to mute me because I'm talking.
No, but guys,
You keep
Other
muting
people.
me. It's bad.
Let me say
Allow
something.
people
guys,
to express their view.
Let me finish.
Why are you
guys,
trying to tell us
let
to
one
tell us?
please.
So let them add their views. Let them
No,
add
but
their
one
views.
after the other. One after the
To
other.
say anything. It's not good.
One after the other, please. Please.
My host, hold on. Sorry. I just said this before. We should comport ourselves. Everybody will talk, but one after the other. We cannot have a rowdy house. I'm getting a feedback and we are getting a rowdy house. So when two people are talking, I try to moderate the place to silence one so the other one can speak so we can hear the other speaking. Mr. Jobosco is complaining today that he's being muted. Before I meet other people for you to speak. If you guys can comport yourself one person after the other, then fine, I don't have a problem with you guys. But you guys try to dictate for me what I will do here today. It's no. It will not be acceptable. We are all guys. We feel after here we can go push it. Hold on. Let me finish. Don't jump on my tongue. Don't jump in my tongue. Whoever is speaking, don't jump on my tongue. We can after the show we can go after and pull our set and fight ourselves in ring road. We are friends, we settle ourselves. But here we cannot misbehave. The world is looking at us. Behave yourself. One after the other, you can speak all you like, but one after the other. Thank you.
Please give me space to just say something for like 2 minutes. Please.
Yeah, but Mr. John Bosco has not finished his submission.
Okay.
Mr. John Bosco, after Mr. John Bosco, Mr. Mike, you are next. let Mr.
right,
John
thank
Bosco
you.
finish his
Thank
submission.
you, thank you, moderator. What I'm saying is that Tukpo will come here, he will observe DG, say things about him or whatever he says because DG is not flowing with the way he wants, you know. And when other people are, when somebody like Ike King or Tukpo is saying, nobody mutes them. But once I say something or Sarod interjects, he's muted because I don't understand what's going on again on the show, you know. So, I mean, whatever you guys want to do, how you guys want to run the show, that's fine. You guys can do whatever you want because the show is no longer. It seems that the show is more one-sided than the other. The show is supposed to be in the middle, whereby this for this or this for that. Not just when some people are talking, you mute some people and allow some people to run ring around the show. You know, to me, it's not fair. If everybody wants to talk to everybody, when this other Mr. Murray was saying things about Tinubu, a lot of us jumped on him and said, cool down, man, this is not what to say, you know. But when they said the other girl was saying that I don't call him I call him Seki. No, everybody like, oh, we are okay with it. She should go on and keep. Nobody tried to tell her, hey, girl, no, so they're supposed to stop for here. We don't insult anybody here. That's my take.
All right.
You
Thank
know?
you very much,
Thank you.
Bosco. Mr. Mike, your mic is yours. Please give us your
Okay, yeah,
submission.
Jay, thank you very much. I don't know whether it's good. I don't know. Let's say
It's
good
good,
Wait,
Jay.
first of all, Mr. Mike, your background, you have a noisy background. Can you go to somewhere more quieter so we can hear you? We have this squishy sound from you. Are you walking or are you driving? And your
No,
voice is low.
I was walking. Let me just stop a little bit.
So you can understand the job I'm doing here. So I'm having a very heavy feedback. My job is to make you be heard loudly. So
But
speak. Go
can you
ahead.
hear me now?
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I just want to say some certain things here concerning the last caller and the other caller before the last caller. She talked something about Lagos and about EDO and Obaseki and all that. My brother, let's
Sorry,
be
Mr. Mike,
very honest.
before you go ahead, I'll bring you back. I want to bring one lady in. I will switch myself to bring you in. Please, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Mike.
Let's be very honest to ourselves here. Let's be very, very, very honest. Forget about PDP, APC, whatever we're talking about. What INEC did in those states, is it fair? Most of us have lived in the Western world. The lady that just called said, I think for University of Lagos since 1998. I've been in Canada for the past 23 years. There is nothing you want to tell me about Obaseki that is not affecting every state in Nigeria. Obaseki is not the worst governor in Nigeria. They just did an election like about a couple of days ago in Kwara State. APC won, it's still local government. Nobody said something about that. The kind of life we want to live in Edo, is it a life that the whole world is watching what happened in an electoral process? This is very bad. This is very biased. If somebody who lives in a Western world can be on the phone, be saying dust, what is dust in Africa? Apart from South Africa and from North Africa, which African country does not have dust in that continent? The natural disaster of Nigeria is roads. We don't have roads. It's not only Bina does not have roads. You can't go to Abuja. You can't go to many states in Nigeria. If you focus on Obaseki for your own sentiment, it's very bad. Okay, look at what's happening in Nigeria. I don't say right now. The tiger and lions are out. Why are we supporting injustice? The police came into the state, chasing people up and down, chasing PDP, arresting people, took election result, rewrite another result, and you are saying what they did is fair? Man, I pity where this person is calling. I'm very sorry. I don't want to be biased. I love your program. I am not a social media person. I've not been social media in my life. The first day I've been in this program was on the day of election. Bobo put me on this your program. I just love it. I am not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I don't do any social media. I'm a military man. I'm a military personnel. I don't do it. But what they did in those states is totally very wrong. Let's be very honest to ourselves, brother. That's my submission. Thank you very much. God bless.
Mr. Mike, sorry, my host. I'm not after you. I'm not against your submission. Thanks for coming. I remember the first day you came, but you should understand my job here. My job is to keep everybody, to keep the show running perfectly. If it's noisy, you cannot make your statement. Do you understand?
I know. Thank you
It's
very
not
much.
personal. Yeah, you might come tomorrow. It might be your day. Today might not be your day. Tomorrow might. It's a show. We are all families here. We are all brothers here. I know you very well. You know me very well. But as the show must comport ourselves. You understand?
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
God bless
You have a full house. You have people behind that have not spoken or say anything yet. This I would interject people so that other people comes in. I will interject myself now my post to bring Uyi in. I think Uyi has been at the backstage for long, but AI is still here. Joy is still here, and some other people. Now Joy is at the backstage. Thank you, my host.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike. Appreciate your submission, and thank you for your submission. It is yes, Mr. Uyi, you are next, but just 1 minute, please, guys. I know emotions run through us. We have our daily activities. We are in different spheres, different places, and we have different things in our mind and our thoughts. But please, let us not come here to attack. What I mean not come here, it's not an order. Please, when you come, I try as much as possible to take everything, all the things in my head out, and I bring myself into the studio. I give respect to all. It's not because I know you or we have been friends for a long time. You respect I pass across it because you have taken your time out of your special schedule, of your special time to come here to discuss with us. So it is only proper we do it as family. It's an appreciation we give. I appreciate everybody that has come here today. Yes, election or no election. Tomorrow, God forbid, anything can happen anywhere in the world, but we will still remain family. So please, let us not let our emotions control our speech or our thoughts. We want the best, please. So, gentlemen and ladies, thank you for submission, but please just keep that high. Because when Joy said that's how I speak when I get angry or agitated. Sorry, Joy, there's no need to come and get agitated. Yes, we cannot change anything. We can only work together to make things perfect. Thank you for everything. Mr. Uyi, you are next to meet yourself. Please give us your submission.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, everybody.
You're not, please come close to your mic. Thank you.
Yeah, moderator, can you hear me? Guys,
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, moderator, remember 2 or 3 editions ago, I made one observation in this house. I said, we have house rules. If we don't stick to those house rules, rowdiness will be very, very inevitable. I said it that time, it was like, oh, I was throwing tantrum. And this is the result. There can be no decorum where there's no fairness. If it is 3 minutes, it's 3 minutes. If we have house rules, we are not supposed to use this language. We don't use it, no matter who comes in. If it's a woman, if it's a man, if it's a first-time caller, that's the reason why you are there to say, no, madam, please, we don't speak like this here. That is it. If there is no fairness, there cannot be decorum. When some persons are allowed to interject, some persons are allowed to go above 3 minutes, some persons are allowed. That's the reason why I didn't come last edition. The reason why I did not join the show is that it's just after elections. I know that the tempers are very, very high. And I know that we don't stick to house rules. There will be rowdiness. We are all friends. I don't want to have a go at someone and we'll now start going back and forth just because of politics or elections or whatever. It is Edo State, it's our state. It has to do with all of us. You understand me? The thing is that when we're talking about these issues, if we are going to come to represent our political parties or we are going to speak truth, we are going to speak truth to issues. You understand me? If we are going to speak truth to issues about these issues, then I don't think that there's nothing. It's not rocket science. There's nothing here that we all don't know about. It's not rocket science. We had persons that supported Tinubu before the elections, but behind they are complaining about Tinubu. They are complaining. You understand me? So if you can turn back and say, oh, what this man is doing is not good, maybe it has affected your business in one way or the other, that means you can put sentiments aside and say, okay, the election, yes, we have won the election. It was not the best of elections. There are processes that are not. We have electoral laws. You ask yourself, if you want to rate this election, bring out those electoral laws and tick the boxes and say which state abides. We have laws that says that agents of political parties will be there when they are collecting results. We all live. Most of us live in Western world. The lady that spoke, you live abroad. You have participated in the electoral system abroad. You have voted and you have seen them count votes. You know know that there is nowhere in this world that you can count votes in the essential of a political party representative. You know that that is not possible. You know that you cannot upload results and have different results being collated. You know these things are they're in black and white. There's no need. When we start supporting these things like this in the public platform like this, you are opening yourself to questioning. People begin to question your integrity first of all. If PDP rigged election and they are talking about PDP rigged election or Labour Party rigged election, if I have that affection for PDP or Labour Party, I will not, if I know that it is glaring, I will save myself by not even speaking about it at all. I will save myself by not even speaking about it at all. Because do you know the reason why? No, none of us knows tomorrow. You can stand up, we can all go to bed now. There's no assurance that we are waking up tomorrow morning. These politicians that we are fighting for, they will not even care. They don't even know you by name. They don't even care. They might only see you on Facebook as, oh, gone too soon. That's the truth. So at the end of the day, why would you want to kill your conscience because of your love for a particular political party? When they spoke about how Obaseki conducted the local government election, I have not for once defended it. For once, I have not defended it. Because I will save myself that. Why will I defend it? I will save myself that embarrassment. Because when you see people in future that are contesting for an elected position, and you see their best friend working against them, you will say this friend is very bad. But you don't know that you don't know the encounters they've had before. The best friend have done some kind of integrity check and know that no, this is my friend, but I love this country more. I'm not going to support him. That is the reason why we might be in the same political group or we might be in the same friendship circle. But my brother, the way my sisters, the way you act today will determine how I am going to rate you or judge you tomorrow. That's the truth. Maybe by that time, I am very, very close to God now. By that time, then I said, okay, let me speak conscience. Then people will be surprised that I thought this guy is a guy now. Why not the supporter? Because I already know you have already passed through that integrity check for me already. So that is just the truth. We all know the truth. That
30 seconds more, please.
Then we can move on and say, okay, yes, it wasn't the best of elections. Yes, I observed it. But we have won, let's move on. It's not like trying to defend what you know that it is wrong. And tomorrow you say that you want a young man as a governor. Meanwhile, you are a young man in a group defending illegality. They were arrested because they marked them that they will cause problem in election. Because they marked them. Where in the world, we all live in the West, where in the world are you be arrested because you are of insinuation? Where in our constitution that you can be arrested because I think that, where in our constitution you will be kept for 1 month because I think that, where in the world in our constitution illegality is illegality anywhere. You cannot support it. By the time you start supporting it, you are ridiculing your sense of judgment. And it shows everywhere. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you. I think my host has a technical issues.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tony?
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know. I just had a flash, a blank screen, but my voice is what matters. Mr. Uyi, thank you for your submission. Yes, like others, you have expressed yourself. Good. Thank you for expressing it, and thank you for telling us how you feel. We are with you on that. The next person, we have Mr. Joe and Mr. Bontine in the house. They are the people that have not made any comment yet. So, Mr. Joe, I want you to unmute yourself and give us your submission. Are you there?
Okay, I'm here.
Good, thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening, all. Good evening, good people of Edo State and general Nigeria. First of all, I will talk about the election that took place recently. We keep going back, going front. I think the president is finally want to kill democracy in Nigeria by making some certain comments. I think the presidential media are not trying at all. There's a certain statement you don't allow to go public. How will you, as a president in a country, you are saying you are going to capture a state? That's a wrong language as a president. You are the president of either whichever party that is ruling any state. You are the president of all. Once you are elected as a president, you become a president of a country, not a president of a political party. There's some certain statement I don't expect from president. If that's why I said the media is not trying. When you see some certain, you don't allow to go into public, because you when saying that as a president, you already causing tension in the election affair. You already causing tension already by saying that. Okay, look at when Okpebholo visited him as well. I never see a word of encouragement to tell this guy, make sure you perform in Edo State, make sure you make us proud. Nothing like that. He keep bragging. Well, those are people want to finally kill Nigeria. Democracy. That's what I feel. You think is a governor. You are a president, not governor. President is the father of a nation. So Edo election, the tension in Edo State was caused by Tinubu, because I keep saying it. Their language, organ want it. That was happening in Edo State. When you see a senior police officer saying organ want it, that's it. Those you don't know why people keep defending nonsense. We're not talking about political party. We're talking about the nation. How to build more democracy to make everybody participate in democracy. Because as it is now, Tinubu have discouraged voters, discouraged a good candidate to come and contest. So many because of a words that is coming out of his mouth. How will you say as a president you want to catch? That's a wrong thing. We want to catch up more in public.
Mr. Joe, sorry, it's like you don't know the topic. Let's say not the topic. The topic for today, right now, is the election process. Has it improved? Because
No, that's why I'm standing for the president now, because we are talking about recent. We're talking about
is running up, and you never talk about that.
We're talking about recent now. It has not improved. Now they are not using institution to ring the election. Before it was a party struggle to ring the election themselves. Now they're not using institution to ring the election, which is very bad. That is the highest corruption so far. Asue will go to court and reclaim mandate. Let me go to Obaseki issue. A lady that spoke. Let me tell you, you know where we have problem in Edo State since 1999. There's no proper reform in every sector in Edo State. No proper reform. That's why there's no continuity. That is what Obaseki is trying to do. People keep saying is Obaseki has not done anything. No proper reform. Okay, when Oshomole leave, what reform Oshomole put on ground for Obaseki to follow? That was nothing. He just do a political project to campaign.
That's not true. Oshomole have 30 years plan, which they are following.
Was it made public?
Joe, speak, please. Just allow Joe speak. The submission.
Was it made public? If I ask you to name three, can you name three? Those are what we're talking about now. If you have a plan, it should be public. It shouldn't be just a party. It should be public. If I go to Edo West and I can feel, look at the next day, look at Edo State is going to be as an Edo citizen. What are you talking about? It's not about doing a party program.
Sorry, Joe. My host, I know your camera not on, but you see they hear everybody, they see everybody.
Loud and clear.
Somebody else in.
No problem. Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, so number one, civil service reform. I oppose Obaseki for that, because without civil servant, no matter what the project you put on ground, it can never work. You have to make people have a good environment to work. Number two, educational reform is trying to bring out is number two. That's why all those things that have not been on ground. So it's difficult to have a foundation, start seeing the building now. So foundation is more difficult. That's why I say whether APC come or PDP come, any government that is coming now, it shouldn't forget those foundations. It's very important. Very, very important. There's certain things Obaseki have made foundation for. It should not be forgotten. It should work upon and make sure we see they come out and we all benefited from Edo State. So That's number 3. I talk about another thing again. We go to infrastructure reform
You
as
have
well.
30
Look,
seconds to round up your
okay, look
statement,
at
please.
most of the roads in Edo State are belong to federal. Most of the road belong to federal. In the last 8 years, that 9 years, APC have abandoned all the roads in Edo State. If Obaseki have channeled the money to do federal road, where will the money come from to do any development in Edo State? So I keep saying that people keep condemning this man. It's when Obaseki leave. If Obaseki leave, we will miss him in Edo State, because now this man have not even swearing. We started seeing Agboro in the street collecting money from market women. Because those are the government we don't want again in Edo State. We have Lagos. It doesn't happen like that in Lagos. People pay tax in Lagos. They go to the government pocket, not individual pocket. And what do we see money to develop the state? Is it not by tax? When you put Agboro on the street to collect tax without refunding, without putting the money into a government account, so how will you see money to the money federal government bring? Can it pay salary? So those are the things we're talking about. We want a government that will benefit everybody in those states, not the politicians only. So that's my submission. Other person can speak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Thank you very much for your submission and the education. Next we have Mr. Sazua, or Mr. Adam, Mr. Bontai. Mr. Bontai, the floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies, whoever is listening. You know, I've had some time to reflect after this whole election process happened, and I've listened to a lot of arguments being made. But one thing I would like to reiterate is elections have consequence, right? So I heard somebody saying capture, or they're going to capture Edo State, or they're going to... Those are political languages. I don't know why you are being sentimental about it. What would you have expected him to say? Oh, let's leave it for the opposition. Of course, they are going to say what they say, but being that as it's made, you know, a lot of us just, I think we are just more mainly paper warrior or internet warriors saying stuff. You know, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, the election was rigged, this happened, that happened. Those are, most of them are hearsay. And until a court of competence says otherwise, even if a lot of us don't, you know, a lot of people don't have faith in the judicial process, until something is said about the election, you take it as it is. You're entitled to your own views and opinion. But my take is, instead of us casting aspersions or speculating or talking about stuff we don't even know nothing about, if the president or the incumbent administration was hell-bent on continuity, they should have done the needful, you know, even if they say, the center rigged them out, or, you know, for me, they are all assumptions. So let's not be beating a dead horse. Election have been won. There's a governor-elect of Edo State until the appropriate or the relevant institutions, the judiciary, says otherwise. Whether you like it or not, that's going to be our governor and deputy governor. You know, you can insinuate as much as you want. You can, like my good friend who you rightly said, what has happened and happened. You know, we can talk about, you know, how the whole process went, if there's need for improvement, you know, the flaws and the merits of it. We can discuss it as civil people. But sitting here and saying, oh, even in the America that I live in, if they are saying
Observation, Mr. Sazua.
What?
Observation, Mr. Sazua.
What?
Yeah, when you use the word "what has happened," are you trying to insinuate that it was not the people's choice? Because
Tupo, hold on. Let us as well finish his submission, because you have to take it round again.
Whether it's good, whether it's bad, we are living in the reality. Like I mentioned when I started my submission, if you feel there was a flaw, gather your evidence and give to the opposing party and say, okay, I noticed I noticed that they were rigging and all whatnot. You have to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. So you can speculate, you can give your opinion on what happened. Like I asked somebody the other day. Okay, you said they didn't let party agents in, they did all that. They have a process for it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, we are still a nation of law. Whether you like to categorize it as flawed, but there's still a process. And I will still reinstate that the elections have consequence. So if you have set up reforms, you had 8 years to do your homework, you know, and see if your reforms, even if in the foundational stage, you could have, you know, met with relevant people or whatever your party structure or however, you could have had a plan. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So whether Obaseki was the best governor, his tenure has ended or is ending in November. Someone else is taking up the mantle. So us as civil people, what we should be doing right now is seeing how, you know, if you want to critique the president, they've not even started. So we cannot just start sitting here and call it a failed incoming administration when they've not even taken up the mantle. So their antecedents or their actions will inform our opinion on that. Everybody campaigned, everybody did what they did. If you have proof about the electoral process, you know, join the aggrieved party and make your case. So it's not for yours to sit here and start.
Mr. Bontai,
Yes?
yeah, thank you for your submission. But what is the topic? Because I don't know, we are beginning to sound
Okay. The topic is about.
The topic is about the improvement in the election.
That is what I'm saying, Junior.
No, the process. We are commending. I started and said, let us commend the process that it was violence free.
Moderator, listen. I don't see any.
I don't understand the court case.
Wait, listen. There's an electoral process. You are calling it. I don't. If for my submission, even the American and British observers said the process was fair, even if he had room for improvement. Those improvements is what we should be highlighting. How results are relayed. Maybe the flaw in the process has to do with, you know, the collation of from unit level to ward level, then to the local LG level, then to states. If there's a better way, we can discuss around it and how they can improve it. Maybe results should be announced at ward level, and once the ward or unit finish their process, they can transmit it, even if it's through electronics means, to the central. Maybe they have a central.
Time, you have 30 seconds to round up, bro.
Tony, I can even stop talking now if you want me to. So,
No. We have to go round again.
Okay.
Right off soon.
Let me just. You're taking away from my 30 seconds. So let me just say this. You should stop complaining. This is a call to action. If you have relevant or significant information, transmit it through the appropriate process. It's not for us to banter about it. Stuff we don't even know about. Some of us are not even acquainted with how the electoral process works. So how are you going to discuss something you know nothing about? You know, no, most of us are not well acquainted with the electoral process. So first and foremost, before you say something is flawed, you must first know about it. Know how it works before you call it flawed. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Thank you very much, Mr. Bontai. Yes, honestly, nobody has said anything about the process being flawed or being wrong or being truncated. Results were uploaded.
So why are we talking about the process?
I think with the beauty of it is that the results were coming out before the end of that day. We had 90% of the results, 95% of the results online. A lot of people had access to it and all that. And the most important thing, we have to commend INEC for that process too. The Beavers, the IREV, the link was never shut down, no matter how busy it was. There were results coming in. There were completed results in some local government areas that showed it. That was what educated the people. Not like a lot of people weren't there. Even people that
Observation. Let me observe something that you just said. So before you continue, so if how many of us or how many people have now taken the time to say if 90% of the result was uploaded in the IRF, how many of us have collated those or tallied those figures to see that okay, the result, the number that INEC is giving doesn't tally with the result they announced? How many people have taken that to task to say okay, you are dead wrong? If they have a case, like I watched Asue on channels yesterday, he was saying the thing. But they asked him for the figures. Oh, he mentioned one or two incidents that occurred. Have they tabulated it? If 95% can determine an outcome.
How regular do you interact with people in Edo and other places? How regular do you interact with them?
Every day.
Good. So you didn't know that there were these people always have situation rooms? Do you know that? Did you know that
situation room? Listen,
you had their
they were
situation?
celebrating. How can you be
No,
celebrating?
wait now.
Okay.
Don't tell people what to do. If they can, people can go to church and start kabashing. APC had their situation room. PDP had their situation room. And there were other individuals that had their own calculations. It was like this. People start from polling units, it goes to ward. I'm not disputing any result here. I'm not justifying, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not defending anybody. We are just saying that I'm defending INEC. That INEC had these results online in clarity.
In real time.
In clarity and real time. If not, we have we're live for 16 hours. We were live on this program for 16 hours and we were deliberating on the results till the whole thing shut down. I appreciated it. I liked it because I was saying it. I didn't have to call anybody. INEC did that part. Great. That's why I'm saying we have to commend. Then besides that, that is an improvement. That's a great improvement. Besides that the normal nomenclature, election nomenclature, where people go to steal ballot boxes, shoot in the air, snatch ballot boxes, get people hot, or you hear crazy things, police shooting after citizens on election day. There was no way.
Fantastic.
That is another improvement. Those are the things we are talking about now.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say.
We're now saying
just to portray your point.
Doesn't mean the results have improved. Doesn't mean the process has improved. That is the question. We don't want to know what the candidates think about their numbers.
It's not about candidates.
Sazua, hold on back. Yes, the show will so round up. I know some of my hosts I hold the big stick to knock out when the show end. But I beg, I want to give the two ladies on the floor. So all the time we always use most of. Hold on.
Tony, this is what you are doing, guys. We are getting to the root of something. You don't want us to express ourselves. Wait, you don't want us to feel what we are saying. You want to cut us off so that we will go around in circles and recycle back.
No.
Just said something. Let him conclude on it.
We will conclude that. Let me make my statement now. But you know where they go. Make I finish first now. Just listen. I talked to my host. My host, I would like to make we use the two ladies, because in our mission, just maybe give a submission so that we know now we remain to round up the house, because I know she will still end up the show. So let me just make my host know, because we just continue to talk now. The time will finish and my host will end the show. So make my host not forget saying Mother AI saying get on that roundup to go just to wait, and Mother Joy wait. After then there be new people for the house. I beg me to give them the opportunity. Move not forget my host. I beg you. I talk. So if you want,
proceed. Let them proceed. Who will we start with?
I beg, make the ladies do that, and then we go round up the house. Mother AI, are you still there? Mother AI, are you still there? See? So I'm waiting just to keep them wait. Mother Joy, are you there? Mother Joy, are you there?
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, we'll give you 2 minutes because the show is coming to an end. This is an extra one and extra 20 minutes within that. But just give your submission in total about the election, government, Trump everything up, Asue and Apakomeza. What do we expect then? Okay, move on. Thank you.
Can you come again with the question? Because it was breaking.
I said just give your submission, general submission now about the election, the government, outgoing government, the new coming government, the candidate that lost. Wrap everything
All right.
together. Your submission.
I think, like I said before, I'm not a PDP. I'm not an APC. In fact, I'm not a politician at all. I want to say to Governor Okpebholo, Governor elect, he should go into work. He should just look around. There's so many things in Edo State, so many things that has to be done. He should just forget about people that are making noises. Should go back to work, just start work, and yeah. And I was just laughing because I didn't want to interrupt anybody. If you ask the incumbent government that's going out now and his fellow PDPs, what exactly Obaseki. I heard somebody was saying, "Oh, he's calling him Seki." Okay, let me give you the benefit of that. Let me say Obaseki. And somebody was trying to say what Obaseki has done in the last 8 years. He was fidgeting. He has nothing, absolutely nothing to say. He did this, education, and you guys are forgetting that a lot of our young ones are leaving Edo State in mass. What has the incumbent governor done to Edo State when it comes to education? Where? Let me know. Is there any library that is electronics that our children can go and do their research? Are they telling them that engineering, mathematics, and sciences are the best? What are the innovations are they putting for our younger ones? And I'm so ashamed that people just come outside and just start saying things they don't know. At those states, look at this state. And somebody was saying, "Oh, we have so many federal roads." Are you serious? Okay, let's say he hasn't done anything about the roads. What are other innovations? What are the other things that has been done in Edo State? Are you not trying to? Somebody was saying, I went to school in 1932 in Lagos State. 1932 or 1978, you went to school in Lagos State compared to what we have now. Another student that went to school in Uniben 1978 and now, what is the difference? When it comes to development, absolutely nothing to show for it. I think Asue Ighodalo should go back to his work. At least he's a businessman. He has something doing. And I want to say to Obaseki, you need to account for all the allocated money. We know every allocation that comes to Edo State, every internal revenue that have been gotten in Edo State. We have all the figures and we have everything in hand. And I think after his tenure, he needs to come outside to the Edo people and tell us and account for what he has done with the money that was allocated to him. And I heard that the Kenwan Road was how much, I'm not too sure. I think I've forgotten. But I wrote it down somewhere that we was giving money to actually do that Ekenwa Road. I went to Ekenwa Road in January. There was nothing absolutely done there. There's just like work not finished. And you see some so-called tied road they said it did. It's just pulling out from the ground. Are you guys joking? Is this a joke? Now, let me just say this to anybody that is coming to Edo State to become the governor. Listen, Edo people, please let me finish. I don't know why you keep on interrupting people. I thought this is a civil conversation. All right. When I finish, you don't like what I say, you can say whatever you want to say. Listen, this is 2024. And I want to say all Edolites in Nigeria, in Edo State, and in diaspora, we've all woken up. Anybody that is coming to Edo State to become the governor, we are going to checkmate you. We will look at you. We will find out what you've done. We'll check your past antecedents, what you have done for Edo State, what you've done for the people of Edo State locally. Even before you coming out to become the governor, we want an own boy that know the sufferings, the day-to-day suffering of ordinary Edo people. And I think if you like to interrupt me from now to tomorrow, Asue Ighodalo should go back to his business. Okpebholo, congratulations, and we hope that you're going to do exploits in Edo State and as well carry all the Edolites along. But let me tell you, Edo people have woken up. This is no time for emotions and sentiment. Anybody coming to be the governor in Edo State, make sure that your 8 years is not secure. If a Okpebholo is not working in the next 4 years, it's out. And I'm telling you, people in diaspora and also people in Edo State, this is what we are saying. Enough is enough. We want Edo State to move to the next level.
30
Thank
seconds to
you
round
very
up,
much.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much.
Hosts, can I speak, please? Please.
Vuvu, speak.
Is the men's turn? I'll just let the ladies finish. But Madaya is not here. I'm using Madaya time. Madaya is not here. Madaya, are you here? Madaya.
Tony, she's not here.
Hold
You have been
on.
calling
Vuvuzela, hold on.
No,
She's just
no,
on
no,
mute.
no, no.
I'm saying I'm unmuting.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I can see her on the backstage. She's unmuting. Okay, I think she has network problem. Okay, go ahead. Vuvuzela.
My house were up before Vuvuzela. Why is
Okay.
it coming from
Okay, let Tupo go first. After Tupo, I'll speak.
No, Vuvu, go. I just want them to come to reality of the hands. You can go ahead.
Okay, please. It's let's not come here and start saying things that are untrue, right? As much as everybody wants to claim they're in the diaspora, this, that, I think if you haven't really been to Edo State, she said something just now, which I just want to point out about, our children, in terms of technology or education or how. Please, this governor has done something. The Victor Waifo hub. My nephew went there. This is not, I'm not speaking for, I'm not a party member. I'm not a card carrying member of any party, so I can speak freely. My nephew went there and he was given a free
Sorry,
course.
can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, but hold on. Somebody has the floor.
Yes. Please. So my nephew went there and he was given a free course on making on like how to do videos in terms of if he wants to do skits or whatever it is. And he was even given they were auditioning for some program there and he got a free audition. Those things are there. This thing that we always want to talk about, road. It does my head in. Like, is that the only thing we used to judge the government?
No, we use that and rice. We use road and rice.
Road and rice. Those are the two things.
Those are the things. When they see road and rice, they'll say the government has done so well.
Yes, the government has done very well. No, there are other things. Obaseki has not been there for 50 years. Obaseki has not been there for 50 years, been there for 8 years. And yes, maybe in terms of infrastructure, he didn't do so well or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, the things he has done, let's look at it. He's leaving in November. The guy that is coming in, Senator Monday, he has a huge job on his hand because at the end of the day, he has to find a way to bring everybody together because there's so much division that we see the truth. We can't even say it because we are supporting one candidate or not. So Obaseki is not a saint, but he's leaving. He's leaving. Let's stop all of this gaslighting that we do, saying, there's nothing that's happened in the state. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. Now, he might not have done what a particular person wants, but when it even comes to road, I keep saying this thing. In GRA where I stay, I cannot speak for any other part of the state or the whatever, but he did roads in GRA that I've seen that have been abandoned for almost 25 years. He has done those roads and I can see it with my eyes. Will I come and say, they didn't do it? The same thing Oshomole did Airport Road. We saw it with our eyes. You can't deny that. But just to come out and say, Edo State there's nothing that's happened, I think, I mean, there is it's very dangerous when you start spreading fake news. Fake news. We need to be very careful of what we say online. It is not everything that we want to use.
You have 30 seconds.
So just to round up, please, co-host and host. Sometimes let's fact check people. We used to do that before in the beginning of this show. Let's fact check people when they come onto this platform and just want to say the first thing that comes to their mind and their head. Thank you.
Thank you, Vuvu, for that. Now you see, you spent 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and none of your colleagues is complaining. We should treat the ladies nicely, ladies first. And thank you about the fact checking. We used to fact check, but since some people now have resolved to emotion, not to do our job, me and the host job for us, how can we not fact check? Sometimes let's keep a single house so that we the host can do our job. We want to ask a lot of questions, but we don't have the time. Well, we only have 2 hours to run this show, and everybody must speak and everybody must be heard. But again, my host I get a bigger stick. Make I not call it doing job when they speak English. I want to speak pidgin and not be Asue. I know official be we not supposed to speak English. Make I speak pidgin when people will know. My host, over to you. I beg.
No, I think Miss AI has her own 3 minutes for finalize. She came in before we go to Mr. Tupo, then Usazoa, because they have the house.
Yes.
Hello, you said I have how many minutes?
3.
Okay.
Mr. Upper important, please do the timing. Thank you.
Yes, I'm time start now. Time start now. Go ahead.
Is actually general. I just want to speak generally since I have limited time. It's actually wrong for anybody to say that a sitting governor, more especially the one that sat there for 8 years, did not do anything. That's totally wrong. He did something. How much was his money and how much did he do? That's one thing. Secondly, how did what he did impact the citizens of that state? That's another thing. Thirdly, most Nigerians do not actually vote on deliverables. That's why when I came here the first day, I asked, who are we? What do we actually want? Because the way people come to talk about the best man and sent, if actually that is what it is, Donald Duke will be the president of Nigeria. But he never gonna win. That's one man that came into power, and what he did as an outsider was so amazing that most Nigerians are not even talking about it. This is a global platform. I will end by saying, what do we want? And how do we want it? Who are we? Because all this talk is just talk to comfort ourselves, to help our emotions, to boost our ego, to honor ourselves. But what do we actually want? If what we are saying is actually what we want, most people that have ruled the state shouldn't have in the first place. Thank you.
That was fast. Thank you very much, Madam AI. We appreciate your submission. And like you said, who are we and what do we want? That is the first question that people should always put in front of their head. What do we want as a people? Yes, next we have Tupo. Tupo, I know you yielded for Mr. Vuvuzela. Let us make it snappy. Mr. Tupo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let's just give for the guys now. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's round up because we have done 2 hours 23 minutes. That's 2 minutes round up so that we can move to Mr. Bontain and we shut down.
Yes, first and foremost, there was something that Bontain was saying that which people have also said that I wanted to comment on. But before I do that, I want to beg the house that when you beat a child, the child must cry. So let's allow people cry. Let's allow people wail. It's normal. Within the week we are still in the week of their loss. So maybe by next program, which is by Monday, they would have gotten over it. So I understand the emotions and the tension, but it's allowed. We are all Edo. We want the best for Edo, and Edo will move forward. But there's something I want to say that made me observe Bobo when he said the English he used. People keep saying, let's accept it until the court makes a decision. This is where governance begins to fail, because when the government even haven't been sworn in, people around him are still judging that, let's wait the final judgment. You find out that 6-7 months down the line, people are skeptical. They are not hitting. They are not putting the template on the table of what they want. American elections, they do court cases after the election, but I've never heard it one day that some people will say, well, let the government be there first until the court. The court is not in the decision making of election. Court doesn't decide our election. INEC does. We have a new government. Whatever they are going to do is up to them. Everybody must stay on this page and accept it. If tomorrow we wake up and the government and INEC confirms them, all well and good. But that mentality that we are beginning to generate is what starts making government to fail from the beginning, because people start thinking that they are waiting for one thing. Nothing is happening. Not the same. INEC is part of the executive governor, the federal government that conducted this election. Nothing is happening. Nothing. The state government did a local government election where everything was funny. Nothing happened. Nothing is happening. So what Madam really said, who are we and what do we really want? Nothing. We don't want anything.
To put 30 seconds left. Sorry.
We as a people have accepted who we are. We should not come here and be deceiving that, oh, this one is good, that one is better. That lie. The election has been won. Let's put heads together and let's get Edo working. You know, the people that were there were governors, they governed Edo. The people that worked with the government were Edo people. We are all Edo. New people are coming in. We are still Edo. Some other people will not lose their jobs. Some people will still work with this government from the previous government. You know, so let us not get this confused. This is government. And like I said, governance is now the issue. We should try and improve on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tupo. Next, we go to Mr. Bontan. I think he has not started eating. Have you started your lunch? Okay, I guess he has started his lunch, so he cannot. They don't talk while eating.
Can I observe?
Yes, observe while we.
Something that Mr. Tupo said, that the court will intervene in American elections.
Yeah, but then hold on. You said what?
Tupo said that the courts in America don't intervene in their election issues. Is that correct?
No, he didn't probably mean it like that. He said the process.
You're not interpreting what he said, what he has said. He just
I
said it.
But you know, Tupo is getting. Tupo is excited. Not being
No, moderator, I'm not excited. I said the court cases happen in the US, but they don't tell themselves that we will not support this government until the court decides to until the court makes a decision. The government is government. Accept it.
Yeah, Mr. Bontan, please hold, please. Yes, I was trying to defend you now. That's what I'm saying. You didn't mean it the way he's saying it. Like, yes, there are court cases, but the people that have won are allowed to govern until otherwise. That is simply said.
There's no otherwise. They are governing.
I said until Oshobola came in until otherwise.
No otherwise.
No, but Oshobola came in.
has declared winner.
Oshomole was not declared winner on the initial ballot.
Lawyers and judges. The problem in Nigeria is that all of us
we are not hoping for distraction.
Whereas the main governance, we don't participate in it. We participate in election, INEC, judge. When the
it is a process. It is a process.
People who are here who are complaining, can they tell me how much Edo State received this month? Those people that are shouting, that they monitor INEC, they look at
okay. You know now, you know what, you know how much. It's okay. Let us go. Let us finish the program.
Please let us give him a medal for knowing. Let's give him a medal and a ribbon.
Are you still campaigning?
Governance is failing in your country.
Who is stopping you from governing? Who is stopping you from governing?
We want to govern now.
Who stopped you from governing now?
Those people want to govern.
But who stopped them from governing?
Let's let Mr. Bontan speak. They will give us Mr. Bontan, your turn. Thank you to both. Mr. Bontan, please, your 2 minutes. We are not loud, you are not audible. You are breaking.
If he's not speaking, ask these people who are talking about INEC, what are the policies of Edo State government? They have no idea.
Hello.
Talking about government.
Can we say hello? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. You hearing me?
Yeah, but you are far from your phone. You are far. You are not audible anymore. Okay, we can't do anything about that, Mr. Bontain. It's not from our end. It's not anybody's fault. We can't be waiting for 30 minutes
So
already.
can I say something because I've not said anything? No.
Okay, Mr. John Bosco, say something. You have 1 minute.
Okay, like the local government election, they are all crying that Obaseki did. Yes, it was a shambles local government election, but that's the pattern of local government elections in every state in Nigeria, which is bad. Even their hero, Imo State governor, we saw the one they did in Imo State on the day they did Imo State local government election. They were thumb printing outside. They had ballot papers outside. So we know how this local government election. It's only when they say Obaseki, Edo State, Obaseki, that is a sin. But the APC states, all local governments in Edo State are in Nigeria. It's the same thing. If APC is in that state, all the local government candidates will be APC that will win. If it's PDP, the same thing. So I don't know why they make Edo State own a big deal. The same people that are crying that Obaseki is lawless or Obaseki was lawless, the same people are okay with all the lions and tigers in front of Oba Market telling people not to pay taxes to the state government, that they should pay to the lions and tigers, and people are okay with it. A government that has not ended, and people are okay with it because of the hatred for the man called Obaseki in Edo State. The man is leaving in a couple of weeks. Let's see how Edo State will run, and we'll clap for everybody that time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Don Bosco, thank you for the observation. Thank you for the submission. We pray whatever we have a governor elect and his deputy, and we pray like all we hope and pray and anticipate a great progress. He has made a statement that he is ready to work with the people and even with opposition. I see him. I don't know him personally. But I believe if he says that he's ready to work in an inclusive government, although that was what the president said initially until. But let's hope for the best for our state. It's not just our state. Let's hope the best for a state to have always be a model for example. Not a model for bad example, but a model for great example, as it has always been. But like it is, every program will start and it has come to an end. We have done 2 hours, 6 minutes of this program, and I want to appreciate everybody that has been part of it and everybody that has taken time out to come to give their submissions. Well, before I go, first of all, again, like I said, the processes, elections have happened. We must give commendations to it. The election processes were nice. They had improved, even if people are being upset about certain issues. But the process that is good, we must applaud. That is one. Secondly, it is always best people ask what they don't know about. If you don't know something, or when you hear things from people, take your time out to go back, find facts, find how to correct it, or learn more about it. Because it is not proper, it is not nice to come and say things that you are not about, or things you don't know about. People need to be connected with information and direct information. It helps. So you don't go and come somewhere and say when you got to China, they were speaking Yang Chua, and which is not correct. You have to. There's a lot of internet. There's a lot of reading. If I don't want to be direct on anybody, take out the time you spend on Instagram. Go to Google, find out about your state. If you don't know anything about it, check on the YouTube and listen to interviews from anybody or what people have to say. Again,
before you go, that's the reason why I said
we are here. Sorry, yes,
that's why I said we should be clapping for Obaseki. If not Obaseki, you cannot view those things for internet.
Okay, that's another information. Those things are online. Sometimes, even if they are fake, if people think they are not true, if people think they are not correct, but you can access them online. Just like I uploaded the IREF portal, which we saw online. That's the strength of media. We should have these things close to us. Again, when we come here from different angles. We are here to educate ourselves. We are here to learn. I am here to learn. I come here to learn. I learn from opposition, learn from position, learn from every direction. It doesn't matter. We should always try to keep sentiments, tribe, religion, and ethnicity, all those out of this or out of our thoughts, so we can educate ourselves on a pop plane. If a white man, we enjoy it when white people come to tell us that something is right, and we get excited and accept it. But when we hear from our brothers and our sisters, sometimes we get sentimental because we think we know better than them. That is not a good one. And lastly, there's an African proverb for the house. It's like this. It goes to everybody. Do not look where you fell, but where you slipped. It means to focus on the cause of any mistake you make instead of focusing or thinking or relying on the mistake, not relying on it or wondering why the mistake was made. Think of the reason you made the mistake. It's ideal that by understanding what caused the mistake, no one can avoid making it again. That is it. It goes to us in politics, it goes to us in economics, it goes to us in social life and friendship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for being on the program today. It's a weekend. I always say, I used to say, you go enjoy your weekend in somebody's voice. I will no longer say it because it's a new era. Enjoy your weekend. See you all on Monday. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, man. Bye. Thank you.